Boy dadal ya. Ba cover rek. Yeah, good. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Serekunda West Ministerial, and I am Salih Ujalo. Well, this is the maiden edition of His Excellency President Barrow sponsored Ramadan tourney within the Kanifing municipality. 40 teams competing in this maiden tourney from different communities. This is just amazing. Don't you miss this, ladies and gentlemen. Many will tell you, yes, we do, Salio. And the big game to watch tonight is Bilbao, W champions. They won the knockout and the league in this land, that is the Serekunda West tourney. Bilbao, established in 2010 but joined the Serekunda West Norwegian in 2018, and they have 4 trophies in their trophy cabin. So they have trophies in their trophy cabin. And the champions are playing against Ebbeh. Well, it's just that we are in Ramadan, but Ebbeh is always married with ambience. And Mami Sira and co were always behind the team Ebbeh. At one point in time, we traveled to the Serekunda East Ministerial. They will tell you the fans are more serious than the players. But that is just a banter. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in Ramadan, so we ask for forgiveness. Honorable Sabali is here with us. That is Momodu Sabali, the President NPP Youth Wing, also special advisor to the Office of the President. We also have the Deputy PRO NPP, Mr. Lamin Saho, and other NPP alliance partners. And we are sending special thanks to Mr. Amadou Sane, that is Honorable Amadou Sane, Mr. Saibo Tunkara, NPP Treasurer, and most importantly, the Minister of Youth and Sport, that is Honorable Bakari Waibaji. Currently, Honorable is sending a message to the players. We will just put the mic there to hear from the Minister.
For participating in this tournament, the best team will win. Guy nga gina dama am team. Waye nak duma wax dara ci bobu. Dañ leen ko baye rek. But you of course appreciate Honorable Subs, and then we say something that we divide and can play quickly, and then we see what the outcome. We look forward to the victory at the end of this match.
Always lim there wax so gisee ñëw fii tey bi noonu daal order dañu so it's getting ay diaspora ak yooyu nan day follow on TikTok wax naa leen surprises na ñëw already dégg ngeen surprise honorable minister moom tam mu ngi am surprise am. So let's maintain the peace, discipline, and respect, and make sure everybody is happy.
Those are the words coming from Honorable Momodu Sabali and the Minister of Youth and Sport in Bakari Waipachi, Honorable Bakari Waipachi. Well, just a reminder, this is 40 teams tourney. And yes, indeed, we are currently in the round of 32. And early on, T-Town defeated her Papa by a goal to nil. But this fixture is the biggest of all fixtures in this tourney. And that is, of course, aside from Serekunda East and aside from Serekunda West. We thank the President, His Excellency President Barrow, for, of course, promoting grassroots football, Tony, or community football in general. He will surely wait on for the kickoff. But there is a wrestling match behind. Dollars are wrestling behind us. So we leave it at that. But we focus on the game, not the wrestling match. The Dollars are wrestling behind us here. But this is just massive. We will try to engage. Just a quick one. We will engage Honorable Mamadou Sabali. Yes, just a quick one before we start this game. Just a quick one. Honorable Mamadou Sabali.
Cameraman is sleeping.
Honorable, just a quick one. I know we will engage you during the lemon time, but then talk us through the importance of these 40 teams, Tony.
Well, as you can see, this is a clash of the giants. Looks like a Manchester United versus Manchester City derby, but it's all in the spirit of oneness, in peace, in cohesion among the young people of this country. And it is within that spirit that the tournament is named after President Barrow. And as you can see, our brother, the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, is here on a nightly basis. And this is there is not a single security personnel on this pitch here since we started, but everybody has conducted themselves in a very peaceful and orderly manner, and everybody is happy. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. If the youths are happy, then everything works well.
Made in first of its kind, what does it define?
Well, I've been into football in this country since we were in kindergarten when Sandong was playing goalkeeper for the Scorpions. I mean, seriously. I've watched football at every level. I've never seen anything like this. I know GFF has done night matches before at the stadium. They've never even come close to this. This is happening under President Barrow, under Minister Bakari Baji, and we are just watching how the young people will conduct themselves. This is going to get bigger and better, inshallah. Over to the Minister.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, you're always here and you're married to grassroots football from Canada, Kenya. This is a maiden tourney that is made for the faithfuls of the Cardiff municipality or beyond, because you have followers all day from, of course, watching this tourney. First of all, talk us through how was it arranged under your ministry and, of course, through the organizing committee, Juara and the team.
Thank you. It's good to be here once again, and like you said, this is an idea that came from our young people here, Panyaur and Juara and the rest of them. You know that they're thinking about organizing a Ramadan night tournament, and of course we know that there is one and it's peace tournament, and certainly there is one president who everybody recognized to be a peaceful man, a man who represents peace, and it was dedicated to him. And of course, as normal, not associate anything to the president without his blessings, without his approval. So we talked to him about it, and he embraced it without doubt and asked us to go ahead, and that he is ready to support it all through. And that is exactly what we are. At the beginning, of course, we all knew it was going to be big, but we didn't know it was going to be big in the magnitude that it has been. So great seeing all of these young people coming out to see these matches, and of course under one banner, under the banner of His Excellency President Barrow. And like everyone said, everybody's coming here for free. Everything is taken care of, no ticket, nothing. And we celebrate not just football, but we celebrate the peaceful nature of Gambians and the peaceful nature of young people, and that's what we have seen.
Well, Honorable, that is the halftime of our teacher. We will engage you during the lemon time. Thank you very much. You'll go back to the commentary. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the commentary, and you heard from the Minister of Youth and Sport, that is Honorable Bakari Wapachi. But Parliament Fatih will solely talk us through in this football commentary live at Serekunda West. Well, 40 teams, Tony, and it is sponsored by the President, in His Excellency President Barrow. And of course, the organizer of this Tony is Mr. Abdullah Juara, Pa Nyaurunjai, and the team, and to all the Council of Elders, the my commissioners. Well, welcome, of course, the faithful from the ruling party, that is the National People's Party. And of course, there is a big news. And that news is that instead of 25 and $15,000 for the winner and the runner-up, it is now being catapulted to $75 and $50,000 for the winner in this tournament. And we are currently in the round of 32. Early on, Thitown defeated Apapa by Echo Tunnel. And this is Bilbao, the champions of Serekunda West, versus, of course, Ebbeh, aside from Serekunda East. But it's a tournament under the Caniving municipality. Parliament Friday is over to you. And once again, I am Salih Chalo. Wherever you're watching us, live on LSTV1.
Thank you very much, Salih Jalo, for those pre-match formalities. Hello, good evening, wherever you might be getting our voices and signals. You most welcome to the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Oh yes, under the floodlights of the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. It is the President Barrow sponsored Ramadan tournament. And the tournament of this magnitude between Bilbao FC and Ebbeh. And one could say it's a clash between Serekunda West and Serekunda East. Bilbao, the current champions of both the league and knockout of Serekunda West, against an Ebbeh side from Serekunda East. And of course the ground at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium is all set. And all set for this huge clash. Bilbao, the champions. We said the defending champions under the guidance of Francis Leo Gomez. Bekai Damfa is his assistant. Bilbao started this game with Emmanuel Boyesi in goal. Fakeba Gomez, Sehu Jame, Modlamin Jame, Asan Jaju, Lamin Gomez, Momodu Jame, Adama Kamara, Iliman Job, Daudaka and Fali Sane completes the 11. And Bilbao dressed in blue shorts and blue socks, playing from our left to right. Whilst Ebbeh from Serekunda started this contest with Mohamed Sane in goal. And of course under the stewardship of head coach Sajan Jai, Babu Tamba, Zerom Jata, of course two of the assistants. Mohamed Sane is currently in goal. Omar Dabo, Modlamin Dembele, Modu Nicole, Pase Kufai, Joseph Mendy, Babukar Jasi, Asan Sohna, Momodu Mbaye, Musa Jao and Suleiman Mane completes the 11. And in case you're just monitoring the situations live on LSTV1, this is Parliament Fatih, Salih Jalo, Ayuba Kamara and the rest of the team. And of course this game has every ingredient to call this a great game. Salih, of course, from every touch of this contest is mostly accompanied with a cheer and shout from the background. Of course, this is a clash between the team from Serekunda West and of course the team from Serekunda East, and of course having all the ingredients to call this a great game. Of course, with a massive turnout at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium.
A massive turnout. Gambians miss this kind of games. Gambians miss this kind of smiles. Night football, at one point in time, have dominated daylight football, to be precise. You remember the days at the Independence Stadium, and of course where the Council of Elders will go with the green tea or attire, locally called, and every touch, every save is accompanied by a celebration or a shout, a voice coming from the traveling supporters of Serekunda East. But this is the Caniving municipality, Tony, sponsored by His Excellency President Adama Barrow. And guess what? When the organizers were trying to, at least trying to put food on the table through this, of course, the gate tickets or the gate pickings to precise, the president signaled a free entry. So my question is, can she be cheaper than free? And that's why people all the way from, of course, Coastal Road, Wellingara, Tabokoto, took to Serekunda West Mini Stadium. And everyone, you look at the turnout. Imagine if that was like cost tickets per 40, the committee will be smiling today and they will be in Mumbai the next morning. But then, like all said and done, is to bring communities under one umbrella through peace. You remember earlier on, months ago or last year, that was this Peace Tony. That is the President Barrow Peace Tony. You traveled in the Bank region. Of course, Oponyomi will tell you we are the champions of the land of that Peace Tony. And we defeated, of course, the Foni team. That final was played in Basse. Well, there's a player on the ground and top-notch toe, of course, Umar Njai, of course, the chief of early referee, to be precise. And most of the time they are always, accord with the first aid, and that is why he was there before the medics. But all said and done, the motive behind this Tony is to bring Gambians under one umbrella and to speak one language, that is peace. And of course, when there is peace, there is always a development at the highest order. Of course, mbolo moy dole. Te den wane football amul frontière pa. Di jajeufal ñuko dépense bu baaxa ba. Ki di president His Excellency President Adama Barrow, and of course organiser ñom Chuwara ak ñom pa ñawru Njay ak ñeneen ñu nekk ci gannaaw bi ni. Te wanen tamit ministre bi honorable Bakary Way Badji, the minister of youth and sport, moom tamit taxawaayam bi fii nii nekk na lu rëy, nekk na lu am solo ndik saay bu nekk game bu nekk mu fii ci grand bi di jàppale gaay. Of course gis na tamit kii di honorable Mamadou Sabally mu nekk président NPP Youth Wing moom tamit mu fii nii taxawaayam bi tamit am na solo, dégg ngeen ko ci short interview boobu noonu. Waaye dañoo delluwaat si gars yi si 15 minutes break bi ñu gën a engage gars ñu waxtaan ak gars yi ci wàllum tournament bii nii this maiden tournament mu nekk the first time mu am fii ci of course Serekunda West wala si Gambia si boobu nga xam ne night football tournament bii nii sponsored by the president of the Smiling Coast of West Africa, the Gambia. Mu nekk lu am solo di jaajëfal askan bi baax a baax ak ñu nekk si ruling party bi ñu ñëw pour dooleel tournament bii nii. Te xam naa ne package yi dañoo bari carton yi foog ñu daaji ko rek package yi maanaam surprise bi dina bari as the tournament grow older, because right now ñu ngi si 32 round of 32 early on first game bi ñi di of course Hapapa ñàkk nañ si loxo ñi di T-Town nag jóge ko foofu noonu te Serekunda is Hapapa team yi Serekunda West la ñàkk nañ si loxo ñi di team yi Serekunda is bi tamit mooy second game yi di round of 32 team bi Ebbeh ji jóge ko foofu noonu te Serekunda is ñu ngi play ak Bilbao ñoo win league bi ak knockout bi ci tournament bi fii ci Serekunda West. Kon donc pa ñu delloo la mic bi rek.
Thank you very much, Saliu Jallow, and it is already lively and entertaining from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium in the clash between Bilbao, champions of 2025-26, Serekunda West Somanawetan against Ebbeh, and Ebbeh is a team from Serekunda East, dressed in yellow shirts, black shorts and yellow socks, whilst Bilbao in blue colors, the defending champions of Serekunda West. It is of course lively and entertaining from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium, and it is live on LSTV. Parliament Fati, Saliu Jallow. Behind camera operations is Ayuba and the team. Of course, the score is currently 0-0 in case you're just monitoring situations, and there must be a winner in regulation or post-match shootout will definitely decide the winner. And earlier on it ended T-Town 1, Hapapa 0, and T-Town advance to the round of 16 of the competition. Currently Ebbeh floats around the area, decently headed, but unfortunately the player could not connect to that, and Bilbao will try to regroup, possibly get the ball from their own half to their opposition's half. Central referee Omar Njai, Mohamed Juara, Mohamed Kamara and Abubakar Kujabi, of course serving as his immediate assistants. Entertaining and lively already with a massive turnout at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. This is definitely colorful. Night games under the incredible floodlights at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Team captain Bilbao Rasold, and the team captain is of course Fakeba Gomez, and Fakeba rewarded, and Bilbao will have the opportunity to get the ball from their own half. The score is 0-0. Who is winning it remains to be seen. Francis Leo Gomez, who won the coach of the tournament in the 2025-26 Serekunda West Somanawetan, is also on the technical area for his side, ably and reliably assisted by Bekai Damfa, Sajanjai, Babu Tamba Rada, and Zerom Jata serving as the assistants. Currently Ebbeh on the attack. Ebbeh looking for penetrations. Not a decent control, and currently having a massive support base traveling from Serekunda East to the Serekunda West Mini Stadium, and Ebbeh will solely have some defensive duty to do. Clearly got that out, and Bilbao will now have the opportunity. Bilbao hoping to advance. Equally Ebbeh, who is advancing and who is crashing out, remains to be seen. Already it's a 40-team tournament, and of course today is the first matches of the round of 32. Who is advancing and who is crashing out? Bilbao on the attack. It's going to be a chase, but Ebbeh having that fantastic defensive duty, and the ball is already out, and already out for a goal kick. And Ebbeh will definitely have the opportunity. I'm trying to wonder, Saliu, is the head coach also the team captain here, because he's also having a captain armband here. That's the head coach for Bilbao FC, Francis Leo Gomez, also having the captain armband on the technical area. Of course, he's the captain because he won the coach of the tournament in the just concluded Serekunda West Summer Nawetan, and of course incredibly guiding his side to the championship. Of course, the crown of 2 of the competitions played in the Serekunda West Summer Nawetan of the last season. Currently the defending champions around the age of the 18 floats that ball. This time is a header, but of course into the safe hands of the custodian Mohamed Sane in goal for Ebbeh.
Well, you asked about the coach wearing the captain band, but you have 2 captains for, of course, Bilbao. That is the captain that is captaining his side, and the captain that is on the top line, and of course that is the gaffer. I believe this is his mantra, and this is his, of course, way of dress, and that defines him. You know, and he deserves the captain band because he's the king of the throne right now, like winning 2 trophies in this edition, that is the 2025 edition. To be precise, you know, established in 2010 and then joined the Nawetan Pupa, that is Serekunda West in 2018. Along the route, they have, of course, accolades like 4 trophies in the trophy cabin. They have won all the trophies that are placed right before their eyes in this tournament that are to be won in this Nawetan, that is Serekunda West. But of course, coming back to this game, this President Barrow, of course, let me call it President Barrow, please, Tony, to be precise, because you look at the smile from these faithfuls, it's just top notch, absolutely amazing. You hardly found this on Google, like people, you know, spending time immediately after iftar, you know, praying, of course, coming back to the field, watching this beautiful game of community football, I call it, or local football, whatsoever you call it. This is the beauty of it, and the euphoria and the camaraderie and the bond, you know, there is no tribalism in this. And you look at the people that are mingling and smiling, everybody will love it. Behind us you have the Council of Elders from the ministry, and of course the ruling party and other, you know, political parties also. To watch this tournament is just amazing. So the message is to bring you among ourselves. You understand? Politics and parties come and go, but we as a nation will stay perfect. And football can unite people. You remember when the Gambia was playing in the AFCON, every politician was wearing the red, white, blue, white jersey, celebrating Lunyu Mom, that is of course the Scorpions, being under one umbrella. And this is the message that the president is trying to send across in this tournament. But it is just amazing. The game between, of course, Ebbeh and Bilbao. Well, Ebbeh, if they have to beat Bilbao, if they have to send Bilbao packing, it's going to be a big headline on Monday, to be precise.
Thank you very much, Saliu. But already is an attack from the defending champions of Serekunda West, and already the central referee Omar Njai has already signaled that, and seemingly this Ebbeh side has already been accompanied by a high-powered support base from Serekunda East. But because most of the times they get hold of the ball, most of the cheers that comes from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium seemingly is coming from the supporters of this Ebbeh side. Of course, that is definitely signaling that they are already here with a high, great number of supporters. But already we have to get focus on that. And Ebbeh on the attack again, floats that. Is that going to be the opener straight into the gloves of the netminder, Saliu?
He should have go for the last post to precise. The pass from the right wing was just brilliant. The IQ was top notch. So he has that eagle eye. But you know, the finish was also poor. But then that tall lanky striker could have just put the ball on the far side and punish the goalkeeper. But he sent it to the position where the goalkeeper was waiting from heaven, to be precise. But imagine Pafati talking about Ebbeh. They have never lifted the trophy in history, to be precise, since they were established in 2013. They played a final in 2017, that is in the Serekunda East tourney, that was against Bantaba. They lost to Bantaba, and since then they have never crossed the hurdle. They have never shook hands with a final in Serekunda East. And playing in this tournament, being invited in this peace tournament, it's going to be a massive story, or a big story, if they have to be crowned champions in this tournament, to be precise. But it's a long marathon, it's a big mountain to climb. But offside, the flag is already raised. But if Ebbeh are to go on to win this trophy, in the absence of ambience like the Mami Sira's vocal, and of course the drums that are asked to stop drumming because we are in the holy month of Ramadan, then they will tell you, the boys are more serious than the fans. Because you travel to Serekunda, they will tell you the fans of Ebbeh are more serious than the players. And of course, it is a long ball inside the half of Ebbeh. A good defensive work, but there's a foul in favor of Bilbao, the champions of Serekunda West. Just a reminder, this is a tournament sponsored by His Excellency President Barrow, and we have representatives. Yes, representatives from the ruling party here, and also other, political groups here watching this mouth-watering round of 32 fixture here between Bilbao and of course Ebbeh. Amanda Ebbeh la gay xidde wala defé iftar xawma way nak mbir mi dem na ñew na fo kenn mu ñibi kër rek kenn ki avance fokk ndam ñew rek wala ndam dem wow, because if the 90 minutes could not provide a winner, then the lottery will surely do. But it has been an end-to-end count in this game. Massive Gambians miss this gone are the days. Then don't talk about IS Stadium B.
Thank you very much, Saliu Jalo. It is already interesting and lively from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. It is the President Barrow Peace Tournament or Ramadan Tournament currently underway from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium under the floodlights at the SK West, and a clash between Bilbao FC and Ebbeh in the round of 32. One must advance and the other must crash out. Ebbeh dressed in yellow colors, whilst Bilbao in blue. And in case you're just joining us, the score is already 0-0 into the safe hands of the goalkeeper for the defending champions Bilbao. Team captain Pixet. The team captain Fakeba Gomez went down, but the central referee not interested. But finally the central referee has already given that. Central referee Omar Njai, ably and reliably assisted by Mohamed Juara, Mohamed Kamara, and Abubakar Kujabi serves as the fourth assistant referee in this lively and entertaining. And the Ebbeh side from Serekunda is also working off their socks in depriving Bilbao to advance to the next stage. Equally, Bilbao wouldn't allow Ebbeh to have an opportunity of reaching the round of 16 at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. But of course, we have both the first and second half to separate the two. If that isn't enough, post-match shootouts will definitely do. Saliu, I think we have already seen some glimpses of the claps and shouts coming from them, though we are in the Ramadan, and they are in here with their big drums, and also in their faithful fan gears. But of course, as the tournament progresses, probably we might also see some shouts and claps coming from the supporters of both Bilbao and Ebbeh Football Club.
Yes, the message will be, you can stop us from drumming and singing, but you can stop us from clapping and shouting in supporting that is of course our representatives in this tournament. The ambassador of Serekunda West in this tournament is Bilbao, the main ambassador, because they are the one that can tell you. We have trophies in our trophy cabin for the past months. We have put trophies in the trophy cabin. That is Bilbao. But this is their hunting ground and this is their harvesting ground as well. That is Bilbao for you. So leaving Serekunda East Mini Stadium, coming to Serekunda West, and the trophy crossing the borders, that is going to be a bitter pill to swallow.
Thank you very much, Saliu. And it has been fantastic first minutes at the Serekunda West. And already the central referee Omar Njai has handed opportunity to the defending champions of Serekunda West, Bilbao FC, who are currently playing from our right to left. And already 22 minutes on the clock. 22 solid minutes without a goal or goals coming from either Bilbao or Ebbeh. Both sides working off their socks, and already it's going to be 30 minutes of first half and 30 minutes of second half, because already we're having a whole lot of teams to play in this tournament. 40 solid teams in the tournament, and all the 40 eyeing for one thing, that is this giant trophy and the whooping cash prize. But currently opportunity for the defending champions Fakeba Gomez, the team captain, is one of the danger men for this Bilbao side. Switches the play from the left to the right, but ball been partly headed out. And central referee Oman Jai has already handed opportunity to Ebbeh Football Club. And Ebbeh are definitely working hard. Saliu, it is very difficult to possibly say which of the sides is definitely going to win this contest, because it has been an end-to-end stuff from the half of Bilbao to the half of Ebbeh, and of course it is definitely tough for one to call possibly the winner of this contest.
Well, this is why experience matters and hard work pays, because at this point in time they will tell you hard work will beat determination if determination refuses to work hard. But of course Bilbao missing two key players. That is of course Fernando, who is now with the Petroleum Boys at his fortune in the first division, and Fernando is now dreaming high, you understand. So it might be a sad moment for Fernando to come and play here, because you understand he's also paving the way for other youngsters to showcase their talent. And likewise Amadou Suso is now with Kanifing East. You remember he scored against Tababi in the league final, that was 2-0. Fernando was on the score sheet, you understand, and of course Adam Suso as well. And you know, they defeated big giants here in Serekunda West. The likes of Unicorns, you know, succumbed to a 1-0 defeat in the hands of Bilbao, you understand. That was a well-watched tournament. I just want to, of course, remind the audience, even the president of the line, His Excellency Mr. Adama Barrow, that of course football is growing, community football is growing in this country. All that we need is support. Parfati, you and I can serve as, of course, eyewitness, like sources. When it comes to community football, we travel across the length and breadth of this country. The last time we were in Sare Bojo, you understand? And of course, we passed Mankamankunda, you understand? One of the most important towns in the country right now, because that is the hometown of the president. A chance for the captain for Bilbao! Oh boy, oh boy! For Ebbeh Gomez! And now they are pointing to the ground that have handed them trophies, open trophies for Ebbeh Gomez. If he is a Manjago by tribe, then you can't call him a Bugu Manjago de Kafur, Njago Dudedov. Captain Fantastic. This is their fortress ground, and this is a ground where unicorns were defeated. This is a ground where, of course, Tababi was sent packing in the league final. And now Ebbeh left Serekunda East Ministerial, and now they're sailing inside Serekunda in an enemy territory by a goal to nil. Thank you, His Excellency. I told you I was talking about this. Community football is alive and well in this country, Parfati, and we missed this. And I left Kunkujan Keita here. I was like doing a baby seat down there with my wife. But then this game have to, of course, put things aside for me and come here to watch this game. And it is just top notch. If you're missing this and you're missing this on LSTV, then I am sorry for you. You understand? But what a goal from the captain, fantastic. Fernando Gomez. Ebbeh Gomez, excuse me.
Thank you very much, Saliu Jalo. And already it's a goal.
Well, someone, a faithful of unicorns is like, you have to leave unicorns out of this commentary. Well, hello, Gaira. We're wishing you all the best in your new move, or in your new team. And wishing you all the best. Keep on scoring, Gaira. This is a ground where you also understand very well.
Thank you very much, Saliu Jalo. And already there is a goal at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. And the defending champions of both the league and knockout of the Serekunda West Somanawetan 2025-26. Bilbao has just taken the lead here, courtesy of team captain Ebbeh Gomez. And Ebbeh Gomez got the breakthrough and his goal is the current difference between Bilbao and Ebbeh Football Club from the President Barrow Peace Tournament, and of course the Ramadan tournament to be precise, currently underway at a jam park Serekunda West Mini Stadium and live on LSTV Parliament Party. Saliu Jallo Ayuba and the team behind camera operations. Bilbao 1, Ebbeh 0 is the current score, and of course this might serve as a wake-up call for the traveling set of supporters and boys from Serekunda is but they have to score or else they will surrender. Maximum points to the boys dressed in blue colors, the defending champions of both the league and knockout, and probably the fourth assistant referee will put up the additional minutes before the end of the first half here. Saliu.
Yes, exactly. The goal came at a very good time for Bilbao, but at a very bad time for Ebbeh. You look at the goalkeeper, he's more of like a spectator now, and it has been on the other side now. But Ebbeh, if they are to, of course, stop conceding goals, or if they are to, of course, maintain the way they're playing good football, that is Ebbeh, and of course they can also penalize Bilbao. Yes, home advantage is always an advantage, but football is sometimes cruel, you know, party, and if they can do it, they can of course restore parity coming into the second half or before the end of the first half.
Once again, it's an Ebbeh Football Club, and you could hear the cheers and claps coming from the faithfuls. And seemingly it's going to be 3 minutes of additional time before the central referee Omar Njai will end the proceedings as far as the first half is concerned between Bilbao and Ebbeh Football Club. And in case you're just joining us, this is coming to you live on LSTV on both Facebook and YouTube. Parliament Party, Saliu Jallo Ayuba and the team at a jam-packed Serekunda West Mini Stadium, of course under the beautiful floodlights. And currently opportunity for Ebbeh, currently down by a goal to nil against the boys dressed in blue Bilbao, and the team captain Fakeba Gomez broke the deadlock, and his goal is still the current difference between the two. And of course in this contest there must be a winner in regulation or post-match shootout to decide the winner. But currently Bilbao on the driving seat, 1-0 up against Ebbeh. And of course in this contest that is currently having a team from Serekunda West and Serekunda East, and of course the central referee Omar Njai is trying to work that out. Team captain flashes in a cross, fantastic tip over by the crossbar, or over the crossbar by the custodian Mohamed Sane. That was a timely one. Of course the goalkeeper for Bilbao to the rescue. This time around, Saliu, that was definitely very close, but of course unfortunately for Ebbeh they failed to find that ball at the back of the net.
Yes, indeed, a very good one. That is a statement of intent that they are also here for a mission. They are here for, and they mean business in this fixture. But can they, of course, restore parity in this set piece? But there is a community meeting, and Jais Umar from Bufu, the central referee, is giving his final lectures before the whistle goes for the corner.
Beautifully executed, partly headed out on Ebbeh now, not a decent one, calling in for an infringement, but the central referee seems not to be interested. And already a minute added on by the fourth assistant referee. A minute added on, a minute for Bilbao to hold on, a minute for Ebbeh to get an equalizer, or else they will be heading back into the dressing room, trailing by a goal to nil against Bilbao, who got their noses courtesy of Fakeba Gomez. Fakeba Gomez scored the only goal in this contest, and any moment from now central referee Omar Njai will end the proceedings as far as the first half is concerned. And earlier on it ended T-Town 1, Hapapa nil. Ebbeh on that defensive duty, and this time around is that going to be a foul already handed to Bilbao, and Bilbao will use the opportunity to benefit from another set piece at a promising angle. Bilbao 1, Ebbeh nil. And the tournament is proudly and officially bankrolled by His Excellency President Barrow, and of course President Barrow and his team are also behind the Super Cup, and also another Ramadan tournament which will definitely start in Brikama at the Boxbar Mini Stadium on Saturday, of course with a Super Cup on Saturday. But currently on the way at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium, it's the 2026 and of course the fourth edition of the Ramadan tournament, proudly and officially bankrolled by His Excellency President Barrow. Is another fantastic header, and once again from the forward of Bilbao. Bilbao are in relenting after getting their noses in front and still searching for more, and the score is currently 1-0, and 1-0 in favor of Bilbao. Central referee Omar Njai will now call on the medics to the rescue of the players who are both down injured There is a player down injured for Bilbao and the order for Ebbeh Football Club. Of course, not a very comfortable atmosphere at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. It is extremely cold here. Extremely cold with a windy condition at the Serekunda West. And of course at the commentary cabin, Parliament Fati, I am joined by Saliu Jalo. Behind camera operations is Ayuba and the team. Of course under the guidance of our head of camera operations on LSTV, Osman Kamara. But currently it is 1-0 in favor of Bilbao against Ebbeh. Earlier on, Titao defeated Hapapa by a goal to nil. That was the first game before having the second game, and currently in the fourth half, and any moment from now the central referee Omar Njai might end the proceedings of the fourth half. Busy technical area for Gaffer. Francis Leo Gomez ably and reliably assisted by Bekai Damfa. Sajan Njai is on the technical area for Ebbeh. Babu Tamba and Jerome Jata are his assistants. Special thanks to the organizers, special thanks to President Barrow and his team, and of course the officials at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Bakari Y. Baji, is also part of the delegation here. Mamadou Sabali, the presidential advisor, and some of the officials from the ruling party are also here to grace this very important occasion and contest between Bilbao and Ebbeh. But currently lively and entertaining. Bilbao 1, Ebbeh 0. That is the final action of the first half. It is half-time and half-time at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Half-time between Bilbao and Ebbeh. And it is Bilbao 1, Ebbeh 0. And we will definitely have a few minutes of rest. We will definitely be back for the second half commentary. It has been Parliament Fati, Saliu Jalo, Ayuba and the team. Until then, we are off, and do join us in the next 15 for the continuation.
Mën nañoo dem si biir ah. Pa. Pa. Go ahead. Léegi xaaral ma def interview ba pare. Nataawee ni wala? No, but now reflection from this side. Good? You okay? Good. Oh, kita dapat jel interview. Jalan. Kay man from this side. Xale réew nañ def fii tamit dañ fa def stock nii.
Ebbeh. Kira my interview, bro.
Boy, young live there.
Nice. Ah, okay.
It's normal. I'm speaking Jola. So it's normal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Bilbao, the champions of the land of West, to be precise, against Ebbeh. Bilbao leading by a goal to nil. For Keba, of course, comments with the goal, the captain for Bilbao. But then with me is, of course, Bakar Bajid, Minister of Youth and Sport. Honorable, I'm being told you're always here. And talk us through the reason why you're always here.
Well, because it is our program, let me put it that way. I mean, anything that is named after the president and the president is involved, us who are ministers working with him have a duty to be there on his behalf to know what is happening. But it's also a way to motivate the players, as you see us talk to them at the beginning of the match, that this is a peace tournament and they all must maintain peace. So we believe that when they see us, even without security, they would be able to maintain decorum and so that the match goes well, and entertain people as we expect.
Well, Honorable Minister, can you talk us through how the message was, of course, received by His Excellency?
Well, it was a great one because, as usual, you know, it's the first time, so the first question would naturally be whether it's going to work with the Ramadan. But of course, the organizers and all of us that supported it know that it's work, and he gave us the endorsement to go ahead. That's why when he saw the first images from the first day at the opening, he was very impressed with what he saw. And you know, and he's been getting the regular update. GRTS was here, but some updates to see what's going on. I think, but majority of the people that have this match, pictures, all have expressed satisfaction. And interestingly, let's go interested. That's it, even though it's not yet public. But Saturday we are also working with West Coast tomorrow, so that we start at Box Bar on Saturday. So that shows that it's a good one.
What is the message behind this? Yes, West Coast is also coming. They want to subscribe to this, of course, sponsorship. And now you understand there is a big news for these teams that are participating, 40 teams participating. We're now into the round of 32. And we are made to understand now the prize money has been catapulted to 75 and 50. That is a welcoming news to all the participants. Ebbeh, who are yet to win a trophy, probably will, of course, test the icing on the cake, or, of course, test the national cake from this tournament. But, of course, what message are you sending in the quest, of course, of promoting community football or grassroots football in this country?
No, it's always the case. I mean, with the prize, yes, because, you know, of course, it's a request from the communities, I mean, from the teams. They believe the initial prize that was tagged 50,000 and 25, they believe it was a little bit on the low side. Of course, we said, you know, you're not paying anything, unlike other matches when you have to play, I mean, other tournaments where you have to pay. They are not doing camping, they are not doing most of these trainings where they cost money, so that's why we thought it was reasonable. But we work with people. When people make an appeal and you believe that it was genuine enough, you know, we have a reason to agree with them. So that's why it was increased to the 75 and 50, but also pegged at the same also with West Coast, because their budget also was at the same line. So we think it was fair to also upgrade this one, because the idea started from here. You know, but in terms of grassroots sports, grassroots football in general, personally, I'm a believer of grassroots football, because I know that if you're talking about elite football, you're talking about professional league, everything starts from the grassroots. And that's why, you know, we focus on trying to build up the grassroots, both in terms of talent, but also in terms of infrastructure, because a combination of that is going to give us a better footballers, better leagues, and in not just football, but all the other sports. That's why we are pushing too much emphasis on grassroots. But again, today we know young people love sports, and sports is a unifier. Sports is a way to empower communities. It is a way to unite everybody, as you see here. So a lot of reasons why we think grassroots sports needs to be supported.
Honorable Minister, and of course, you have seen the turnout. You will be very much pleased, of course, looking at the turnout, and if in fact those watching probably from the office of the President are watching via LSTV1.
No, yeah, I mean, today is the first day we are having the live coverage with LSTV. And of course, Star TV was here at the opening in JRTS, and they are back here today also. And I'm sure I saw some people taking videos. All of that means that not just those who are here, but others who are at home, some in their offices, will have the opportunity to see what's going on here. And it means the reach is higher. The message is broader than just those who have time to come and watch. And, you know, that's the idea. It's an idea to ensure that our citizens are engaged in something positive. And like I said, anybody who comes here is probably not doing anything negative. You know, is sitting with friends and colleagues and family members. And that is what makes the country a happy country. That's what makes people in this country happy.
Honorable Minister, finally, from the President Barrow Peace Tourney to now Ramadan 2020 precise, are we seeing a continuity of this tourney?
Well, of course, we believe it will continue. I mean, of course, we started it, but of course, anything you do that is good, is certainly going to continue. So we look forward to not just this year, but maybe next year, and maybe it will go beyond West Coast. Maybe some other regions would request to do the same thing. And I believe that working with us, His Excellency the President will always support whatever young people want, and we will not be surprised if he supports anything beyond this year.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, that was the Minister of Youth and Sport speaking.
Parce que ministre bi wax na ba pare léegi man nga am.
Crowd bi la bañ fi léegi ñoo leen di rek jaay.
Alright, so let me get it later. Yeah. Wow.
I'll send you. Yow man de yaa ma fi teg. So honorable minister. Awale na res baraka.
Temal 3 seconds wala ra.
Ñoo leen di. Asan. Ci gëna tuuti waaw. Pour crowd.
Ya kam di mo man maa ngi fi after game le. I don't know. So what about no, don't put it after the game, yeah. Mangla call when the fake say mama just no more. I wasn't sure. Somebody more than an say to one day after the game.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are into the second half. You heard from the Minister of Youth and Sport, Honorable Bakar Baji. You heard from Honorable Sabali earlier on. We will engage one of the organizers, that is Panya Oranjai, of this committee to precise. But of course, second half, alive and well here, and Bilbao leading Ebbeh by a goal to nil. And that goal was scored by, of course, Fakeba Gomez in the, of course, second to last minute of the first half. Yes, indeed. And of course, back to the pitch, Amin Fati, the country director of LSTV, with the commentary.
Thank you very much, Saliu, and welcome back to the Serekunda West Mini Stadium for the continuation of this lively and entertaining showdown. It is the President Barrow Peace Tournament, or sponsored Ramadan tournament, which is currently underway at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium, and the clash between defending champions of both the league and the knockout Bilbao against the traveling boys of Ebbeh GFC from the Serekunda East Tomanawetan, but currently Ebbeh Trail. Bilbao currently enjoying the advantage. 1-0 up against Ebbeh at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. It is just the commencement of the second and final half. Ebbeh needs to score in the next 30 minutes or else they will surrender the trophy, or they will surrender the victory to Bilbao Football Club. And it, of course, that seems to be a foul as signaled by the central referee Omar Njai. Central referee Omar Njai, ably and reliably assisted by his team Mohamed Juara, Mohamed Kamara and Abubakar Kujabi. And currently a Bilbao player is currently down, and the medics will surely get to the player under the floodlights at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium, jam-packed at the Serekunda West. The player for Bilbao is currently down. Bilbao still leading by a goal to nil. Fakeba Gomez with the only goal, and his goal is still the difference between the two. Ebbeh needs to come from a goal down if they want to advance to the round of 16. But currently, they have to score and possibly score again. But anyway, you just have to wait. And of course, there is already a player down in Saliu. I think both sides have already picked it from where they left it in the first half. And we're going to see the most interesting part of this game in the second half. Probably, we might see a goal coming from Bilbao. That probably will be their second. Or we might also have a goal coming from Ebbeh that possibly might serve as an equalizer for the team.
Yes, you're right, Pa. And a second goal for Bilbao might be a game over for Ebbeh. But of course, it is never over until it is all over. And it's a towering header from the tall, lanky defender of Ebbeh. Clearing the lines. Of course, they're kicking from right to left from our commentary decks here. And Bilbao in blue are kicking from left to right from our commentary decks. And it is Ebbeh with their number 26, spread it wide, but of course it falls in the control of the goal scorer, Fakeba Gomez, to his number 6 to recycle it. Sends a long one, looking for his number 2 on the far side. That is of course Dauda. Dauda couldn't keep the ball in play, and it's a quick throw in to the rocky defender of Ebbeh, who played a pivotal role in the participation in the Sesto Nawishan. That was a foul, and the beneficiary is of course Ebbeh on the far side. What a turnout, a huge one. Ebbeh are still searching for their first trophy in the history of the team. That is Ebbeh. The last time they played the final was in 2017, and they lost to Thababia. I stand to be corrected. I'm saying this off head, but it's going to be a long throw from Ebbeh inside the 18-yard box. A good defensive work there, but it's going to be a corner, a set piece for Ebbeh. 6 minutes into the second half played, and it is the first corner for Ebbeh in the second half. Can they restore parity against the champions of Serekunda West? Busy touchline. A quick ball taken there. Cross comes in there outside the 18-yard box. Toward in there. Danger personally averted. And still inside the half of Bilbao. A return header around the center circle now. Ebbeh in control with their number 3. A fine touch there and a return header from Bilbao. Ebbeh wins possession on the far side. And of course it's becoming now an end-to-end football in this President Barrow sponsored peace tourney. His Excellency, to be precise. There is a foul in favor of Ebbeh. And of course, Njai, the center referee from Brufut, hands Ebbeh a free kick. He needs to be very careful. Njai is an elite referee, and he understands the game to his fingertip. Those watching home and abroad via LSTV1, just a reminder, this is His Excellency President Barrow sponsor tourney, the Ramadan tourney, the Ramadan episode. But we are told West Coast is also calling for the same tournament. And this is Modu Nicole behind the ball, the tall lanky defender, testing the waters of Bilbao's goalkeeper. But the shot was too hard to handle from the first one. That was of course a wake-up one, a very good decision there from Nico. Ebbeh, I love it in this game. The flag is raised, is up. Yes, the flag is up against Ebbeh. But For the first 5 minutes, 8 minutes, they have of course dominated possession, pushing Bilbao to the wall, pushing Bilbao to erect the Berlin Wall. That is the East and the West Germany wall, to be precise. Back to the pitch. Paul still in play. A Bilbao player wrestled to the ground. And that is Zauda. Wins the foul. Just is thrown through to the touch line. Inside the Ebbeh serve. Distance from the 18-yard box. It is a one-man wall for Ebbeh. Hassan Chachu behind the ball. It might be an outswinger. Yes, it is. Header there. Danger averted. Hassan have to draw back for a defensive mission. The number 14 of Ebbeh sends a long one, and that was Motu Tembele. Ebbeh on the far side with the right wing trying to connect the dots. Raises his head, returns the ball back for his rightful back, but he wins the throw in on the far side. Sometimes the numbers are pushing us to a very funny situation. That is Ebbeh, to be precise. Don't mind our vision, it's not about Ramadan anyway, not Ramadan ever. But Bilbao are now searching for that killer goal. The second goal. Ebbeh preparing for a substitution. The number 10 is of course getting ready for Ebbeh. Well, he's asked to remove his ring, probably sometimes unprepared, because they weren't asked to train for this. They just have to regroup themselves and to be part of this peace tournament. And the number 7 is coming off. That is Musa Chao for Ebbeh. And the number 10 for Ebbeh is coming in. We will surely provide you the name. Musa Chao, sub off to my surprise and to the surprise of many. But we will surely bring you up to date in the said player who has been introduced by Ebbeh. He had worn the number 10 jersey. Here there by, of course, Nicole Modu, and the goalkeeper of Bilbao trying to waste some time there, and he marries the ground with the ball. Jai is pointing to his sport watch, signaling the goalkeeper of Bilbao. Omar Sonko is in for Ebbeh. He had worn the number 10 jersey for Ebbeh. Paul inside the half of Ebbeh, fighting tooth and nail to put it out of danger, and they have to. And there's a foul for Bilbao. Distance from the D area. And the player that was fouled is the number 5. And that is Adama Kamara. He's back on his feet. And it's a free kick for the Blue Boys of Joshua. That is New Joshua to be precise, Bilbao. The goalkeeper of Bilbao away from his territory, away from his goal post. And to me, he's trying to do his coaching skills here. But there's a community meeting. Who will take this set piece? A 4-man wall or 3-man wall for Ebbeh. Pa, over to you.
Thank you very much, Saliu Jalo. Currently, Bilbao hoping to take that. Can they trouble the custodian from this distance? That was definitely very close, but seemingly the central referee seems to have signaled something. And time is already running out for Ebbeh, who need to score or else they will surrender maximum points to Bilbao, who are still leading by a goal to nil. Courtesy of Fakeba Gomez.
Well, I believe it's legal to drink, right, Pa?
Yeah, of course, yes, we need to. It is definitely legal to drink. Of course, from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium, massive turnout. And of course, from the Ramadan under the floodlights at the Serekunda West. Of course, from the Serekunda West to the Brikama Box Bar Mini Stadium. Of course,
that West Coast is also calling for similar tourney to be precise. Roughly Saturday they will be received.
Oh yes, that's going to be the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and of course the Brikama Intercabilo tournament, and of course for the very first time being sponsored by His Excellency President Adama Barrow. So this is why I said from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium to the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, this is definitely beauty of local football, because from the Navetan, most of those players that wouldn't have the time to play in either the first or second division or third division might have the opportunity to play in this competition. So it is definitely lovely and colorful. But of course, we have to commend the president for coming to the aid of this younger generation of players. But already it is Bilbao 1, Ebbeh nil from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. And currently the time is definitely running out, Salih, for Ebbeh, who need to score, else they will surrender that.
Yes, absolutely. Time is running out, but there's a foul given to Ebbeh, and just a stone throw from the corner spot there on the far side. Well, a goal for Ebbeh will bring this game back to life, and it will change the euphoria of this mini stadium to be precise.
Thank you very much, Salih Jalo. It is definitely lovely and colorful. Lovely and colorful from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Bilbao 1, Ebbeh nil. Central referee Omar Njai not interested after that call for a foul. But the central referee, of course, experienced central referee, not interested as he waved in for a play on instead of awarding a foul to Ebbeh Football Club. It has been a fantastic moments of the first half and already fantastic moments of the second half under the floodlights at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. It's going to be a throw-in, and Ebbeh will now have the opportunity. We have more of the players in the half of Bilbao. Ebbeh having a player currently down and being supported by the central referee Omar Njai. Bilbao having 3 of its players warming up. Also Ebbeh having 2 of its players warming up on the other end of the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. It's a clash between Bilbao, the defending champions of both the league and the knockout, against the Ebbeh side from the Serekunda East Soma Nawetan. Ebbeh regained possession. This time strike comes in, struck the player on the stomach, and the player will definitely need support.
That was a strike from Nicole, to be precise.
That was of course a decent one, a powerful one for that matter. But the ball unfortunately struck the player on the stomach and currently flat on the ground, and being assisted by the medics under the floodlights at the escape.
Football is not for the weak, Pa. And if you're leading, you have to defend with your heart and soul, to be precise.
And currently, this is what Bilbao is trying to do here. If they can't get the second, they will hopefully try to protect this 1-0 advantage here. It has been a fascinating first half, and Bilbao went ahead courtesy of Fakeba Gomez, and Fakeba Gomez solo goal is still the difference between the two. Between the boys dressed in blue and yellow against the boys dressed in black and yellow. And Ebbeh trail. It's a marathon throw. Still trying to unlock the solid defense of Bilbao. And Ebbeh will solely benefit from another throw in. And it's going to be taken once again. Marathon throw again. Is that going to be a foul? Central referee not interested again. Omar Njai is the central referee. Mohamed Jawara, Mohamed Kamara, and Abubakar Kujabi the assistants. And of course Ebbeh walking off their socks in trying to either get the second or protect this, whilst Ebbeh now looking for the much needed equalizer.
You know, we are not playing 45, we are not playing 40, we are playing 30 minutes. And they have less than, of course, 13 minutes to go plus additional time. And of course, and they still believe, since the restart of the game, Ebbeh have been, of course, they have been piling pressure on, of course, Bilbao, and of course, asking questions over and over. But what matters is, of course, the end result, and the final third is what they're missing right now. But they indeed, of course, playing well in the second half part. That is Ebbeh to be precise. The only missing element is that goal.
The only missing element is the goal coming from Ebbeh Football Club as the team trail by a goal to nil against Bilbao. Bilbao are currently living their dream. That is to advance to the next stage of the competition, and of course the tournament proudly and officially sponsored by His Excellency President Barrow for the very first time. Of course under the floodlights at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Omar Njai, the central referee, will try to assess the level of his injury first. And of course he seems to be the number one medic here. Omar Njai, the referee, ably and reliably assisted by Mohamed Jabbar and Abubakar Kujabe in this entertaining and lively contest from the Serekunda East West Mini Stadium. I beg your pardon. It is the tournament proudly and officially sponsored by His Excellency. Bilbao on the attack now, still trying to have his foot on the ground, and finally it's a corner, and Bilbao wouldn't be in any hurry as the score is currently in there.
Well, they missed that department. It has been more than 5 minutes in the second half. They didn't, of course, have possession in that department. But this is a set piece that they, of course, need to capitalize on to put the game to bed, and of course to ease the pressure that is mounted on them.
It's a corner for the Serekunda West side. Bilbao cross comes in, fantastically headed out, strike, and finally it's a goal kick as signaled by the central referee Omar Njai.
Well, I was looking at the goalkeeper as the ball rolls in, rolls, of course, but then he was pinned. If that ball goes straight to the goalpost, I believe it's going to be, of course, a very disturbing goal for the goalkeeper, because he was already pinned to the ground.
He was definitely pinned, and unfortunately the ball never hit the back of the net. And any moment from now Ebbeh will solely effect another substitution, and of course the side is still injecting fresh legs in trying to possibly get an equalizer against Bilbao Football Club. But currently Bilbao defending with their life in trying to protect this 1-0 advantage, and currently it's going to be double substitution for the Serekunda East team, Ebbeh Football Club.
Yeah, I one thing that they came up with when I heard from the Minister of Youth and Sport, that is Honorable Bakari Wabaji, it's like, yes, the prize money, the winner was 25 and 15, but of course the organizers beg for an increment. And at one point in time, you look at, like, they were also saying, the Council of Elders, the people that of course finance it, were like, teams doesn't pay campings, the registration is open, is free, you understand, and of course there is no gate tickets. You don't need to pay teams for camping or so on and so forth. Like, you understand, you just need to regroup yourself and come and play the match. But then, after consultations, after of course series of consultations, hearing from the Council of Elders, they listen to the organizer, and they listen to the participants, the beneficiaries. The beneficiaries in this competition or in this tournament is not only the teams, even the spectators, even the vendors here, Parvati, they're benefiting from this tournament. How many people bought water, ice, and other things here, or juice, to be precise, in this tournament, or in this game here today? It's massive, you understand? But now the prize money is 75 and 50, and that's why the competition is now, growing momentum, and of course it is more competitive now than the start of this tourney. At one point in time, like when the president was given the message that this is a tournament that they're calling on you to support, he was like, that didn't work. Is it going to work? And the answer was yes, together it will work, with unity, with one language, that is, of course, we speak one language, that is football, or Katudanfo on the other way around, or Coupe d'Anfo, it will surely come. And with peace and unity, here we are today, having two, of course, zones playing in this game or in this tournament, that is Serekunda East and Serekunda West, Bilbao, and of course Ebbeh, to be precise.
Bilbao, the representatives of Serekunda West against the Ebbeh side from Serekunda East. Of course, Bilbao from Serekunda West. Any moment from now, the defending champions will inject another fresh leg. Earlier on, we have seen multiple substitutions coming from Ebbeh in trying to get a leveler. But on the far side is an attack for Bilbao, who are still leading by a goal to nil against the Serekunda East base side, Ebbeh. Massive turnout. Great contest between the two. Both sides having one ambition, that is to advance to the next stage. Now it is the turn of Ebbeh.
One thing Ebbeh need to do, if they have to, of course, restore parity, they have to, of course, have the balls in the final third well connected to the forwards, you understand, and They sometimes need an individual brilliance if they are to restore parity. Remember, you're playing against the champions of the land. And if you want to be a champion, you know what to do. You have to be the champion.
You want to be the champion, you have to get rid of the champions. And any moment from now, it's another substitution. Bilbao, he seems to be a fan favorite anyway.
Yeah. This is their ground. They are our landlords. You understand? For Ebbeh, they are just tenants in this fixture today. But remember, Kajikali will be also in action in days to come, just probably on Saturday. And that is the team for Gaira Juve and Co. And they're calling on LSTV to cover that game. Gaira, if you put food on the table, LSTV is there. You just contact them, and surely we will be here. And of course, the game today is funded. Of course, it is financed by the Council of Elders. So there is someone behind this sponsorship. Let me just call it spade a spade. Honorable Mamadou Sabali, of course, hired LSTV to cover this game between Ebbeh and Bilbao. Others can do so. Those watching outside, yes, you can do so. You just need to negotiate with the country director, Parliament, Fadi and Co. And we will surely bring you the commentary live at your doorstep, to be precise, wherever you are around the world and across the Gambia.
Thank you very much, Salihu Jallow. Time is definitely running out. Exactly. Time is definitely running out. And already running out for Ebbeh Football Club, who need to score, else they will surrender the victory to the boys dressed in blue. And the defending champions will have another opportunity straight into the gloves of the netminder. And the goalkeeper for Ebbeh is Mohamed Sane. And of course, Mohamed Sane started in goal for Ebbeh. The defenders, Omar Dabo, Modlamin Dembele, Modu Nicole. Of course, another attack. This time Ebbeh on the attack. Can they get the leveler? But the flag of the assistant referee has already gone up against Ebbeh. And of course, their fans must be disappointed with that.
Guess what, Pa? I was to understand the center referee. Yes, he's an elite referee. That is Umar Njai from Brufood. The negotiation was also Honorable Bagarwa Baji was part of the negotiation. The people that connected the doors to bring a qualified referee in this fixture, because it's not a game for the week, to be precise.
It's definitely
how important, how competitive this tournament is.
How important and how competitive this tournament is. Under the floodlights at the Serekunda Westminster Stadium, of course, an uncomfortable condition. It's definitely cooled. Anyway, Bilbao wouldn't be in any hurry. And of course, the goalkeeper will definitely use that opportunity to wind down the clock.
4 minutes plus additional time to go.
4 minutes plus additional minutes.
A dangerous score line, to be precise, but also it's a very wicked score line.
Dangerous and a wicked score line. They just have to maintain the score if they want to advance to the round of 16. Of course, it is the round of 32 of the competition between Bilbao and Ebbeh. And Bilbao 1, Ebbeh 0. And the custodian of Bilbao will solely start the play from their own half, trying to penetrate the solid defense of Ebbeh. Ebbeh not for too long. Regain possession. Can they get an equalizer? This time the weakest of options coming from the Serekunda east side, who are currently trailing by a goal to nil. It is already on the far side. It is already on the far side for Ebbeh. Can they get an equalizer? Fantastic clearance, and already is a corner as signaled by the assistant referee.
That was a clean tackle there. At one point in time, I was waiting for the referee to see if at all he's going to point to the spot, but it was in inside 18-yard box, and it was a clean tackle there. A very good defensive work for Bilbao, but a very good opportunity for Ebbeh, of course, to capitalize on this set piece.
Ebbeh to capitalize. Can they capitalize on that? Time running out.
Well, the minister is still watching, and Honorable Mamadou Sabal is still watching, and of course, yes, Pa.
Cross comes in, partly dealt with. Still searching for an equalizer, and already into the gloves. Nerve-wracking moments for the supporters of Bilbao, and Bilbao will use the opportunity to break again, and the player probably will get pace against his marker, trying to get some step overs. This time around, close comes in, partly dealt with by the goalkeeper. What a miss for Bilbao Football Club, and that should have been the second goal, Salihu Jallow.
And that could have been game over. Others were already celebrating. The goalkeeper saved, but then a return ball from a player of Bilbao, a man in blue, offside. That was an offside. But then that could have been the killer goal for Bilbao. But the savior is, of course, the defender. Is it Nicola? It's time to be corrected. It's Nicole that, of course, saved Ebbeh, and it maintains the scoreline still 1-0.
At some point, I thought it was just going to be flat 2-0. But all of a sudden, we have seen a massive defensive work coming from the central defender, of course, from Ebbeh Football Club. And of course,
someone wants this game to end right now. Someone somewhere might be reciting the last verses of the Quran.
Yeah, I think
probably Gaira Juf praying for Ebbeh to restore parity here. And let's see what will happen in the lottery.
Anyway, time is definitely running out. But of course, anything could happen in this contest. Ebbeh can still score. Ebbeh can still score. And of course, on the screens currently is the massive support base behind Ebbeh and Bilbao Football Club, and of course the neutrals. And of course, time is definitely running out, and His Excellency or the Honorable Minister Bakari Waipaji and his high-powered delegation is already leaving the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. But of course, anything salute can definitely happen here. Ebbeh can get an equalizer. Equally, Bilbao can get the second goal before the end of the contest.
Yes, indeed. And I believe we will also engage staffs immediately after the final whistle. And Nyawuro and Jai, the organizers of this, Tony. And of course, that is Ebbeh on the
Ebbeh on the attack again, trying to get a leveler here. Can they get that massive defensive work coming from Bilbao? And Bilbao probably might use the opportunity to wind down the clock. And the team captain and the goal scorer Fakeba Sen is already off, and he is going to be replaced. And of course, he must be the hero of this contest if the score line should remain like this.
Is it Fakeba Sen? Now you're coming, it's Gomez. Because I did mention Abu Manja with Dekafur, but we leave it at that. It's a set piece.
A set piece at a promising angle, a corner to be precise, and of course Fakeba Mendy, or Gomez rather, has already handed the captain armband to the new entrant. Already 5 minutes added on. 5 solid minutes for Ebbeh to get a leveler, and 5 solid minutes, and this time around the goalkeeper to the rescue of Bilbao. And danger still not averted. 5 solid minutes, Saliu Jallo, for Ebbeh to get an equalizer. And also Bilbao to hold on to the slender advantage. And
of course, the Brentford tactics of throw-ins.
Already is a marathon throw from the Serekunda east side. Ebbeh Football Club against Bilbao FC. And Bilbao trying to hold on to the slender advantage against Ebbeh. Strike comes in, glancing header. Ebbeh with another strike, trying to get an equalizer. What a contest from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Can they get the leveler? And already Ebbeh still trying their luck. And finally, it's a corner again.
Questions over and over being asked. You look at the department of Bilbao, is the busiest department right now. And the defenders have to defend this. Of course, if they want to cross the hurdle, this is the round of 32. And the winner will surely cross the hurdle. And are we seeing this game going to the lottery?
Anyway, it is still possible. This time around partly. Finally into the gloves of the netminder. And the goalkeeper will use every opportunity to wind down the clock. Bilbao on the driving seat. Time running out for Ebbeh. Can they pull off a dramatic equalizer before the end of the contest remains to be seen. And already the supporters of Bilbao are cheering and clapping Gayang Yedau. That is of course signaling something here at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Will they be able to hold on in these final moments, or are we going to see a dramatic equalizer coming from Ebbeh? Remains the biggest question. Salu, it is still possible. A goal is possible, and of course 2 goals is definitely possible.
Absolutely, and in football you expect the unexpected, anything can happen. But the way Bilbao are defending, they're defending with their heart and minds, and of course they're defending with their souls, because they know what it means to of course beat Ebbeh, not only to win this game, but to beat of course an enemy from a different territory.
An enemy from a different territory. Of course Ebbeh, aside from Serekunda East, taking on a Serekunda West Bay side. Bilbao FC, of course the defending champions in both the league and the knockout. Bilbao had an incredible tournament in the just concluded, calling in for a foul. Central referee not interested. It's an attack for Ebbeh again, trying to cause some problems for Bilbao. Bilbao currently defending with their lives. Ebbeh, not for too long. Bilbao regain possession swiftly. Will use every opportunity to wind down the clock. Launches that ball forward for the center forward to keep. It's going to be another attack for Bilbao. Can they punish Ebbeh from this instance? Ebbeh having key of their players in their opposition side. Attack from Bilbao again. Is that going to be a foul? Is that going to be a foul? Yes, the central referee Omar Njai very close to the scene, and he has already given that. Saliu Jallow time definitely running out. Ebbeh need to score. Bilbao just need to hold on. Probably yellow card already flashed in there by the central referee Omar Njai. Bilbao just need to defend, and of course they will be advancing to the next stage of the competition if Ebbeh isn't able to get a leveler.
Yes, it is a foul given to the number 12, and Bilbao are complaining. Francis is complaining, the coach and captain. But of course guys are urging the officials of Bilbao to stay calm. You have to leave the pitch. That is the center referee. You have to leave the pitch. This is the beauty of this tournament. You don't see that power, but top notch referee. He was like brilliantly lilala. So they apologize, and yeah, sometimes football can can take you to places that you have never, or situations that you can never imagine. Sometimes you are a bit emotional, but that is the beautiful game of football for you. And when you reflect, you say, wow, had I known what am I going to do?
Thank you very much, Saliu. And of course, any moment from now, we might have the end of this contest. 5 minutes added on, and 5 minutes added on earlier on. Ebbeh back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, Mohamed Sane, for Ebbeh Football Club, who didn't want to stay. Anyway, that it wasn't a convincing one. And Bilbao will use that opportunity to wind down the clock. And of course, the supporters.
The players of Ebbeh are already packing their bags. That is a sign of course, defeat, to be precise, that it is already over. Looking at the clock, it is seconds to go. And the most important man right now for Bilbao is the center referee. If they are to be given the whistle, they will have blown game over now. And they will celebrate this, that we have beaten, of course, Ebbeh for the first time, because this is the first time they're playing.
Anyway, Ebbeh, can they dramatically turn this game over its head? Might of course be their biggest ambition.
It's like a remontada in this fixture now.
Anyway, any moment from now, any moment, probably this might be the final action, or one of the final actions of this contest between Ebbeh and Bilbao. Is that going to be the final whistle? And that's the final whistle. And Bilbao advance, Ebbeh cross out of the competition. And of course we will hand over the mic to Saliu Jallow to of course have that quick chit chat with Honorable Mamadou Sabali before wrapping it up at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. It has been Parliament for the Saliu Jallow, and of course Ayuba and the team behind camera operations, and it has just ended. Bilbao 1, Ebbeh 0. Bilbao advances to the next stage of the competition. Earlier on, Titao defeated Hapapa by a goal to 0, and of course we're going to have key matches coming from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Of course we will definitely hand over the mic to Saliu to get us few interviews before we go.
Ayub.
Bro, I'll be walking now. Thank you.
Well, just a quick one. Honorable Sabs, welcome back. And of course,
Well, thank you.
welcome back. And of course, it has been an amazing 90 minutes. Let me just call it 90 minutes between, of course, the two sides from different zones. That is, of course, Ebbeh from Serekunda East and Bilbao, the champions of the land in Serekunda West, to be precise. Well, established in 2010. They joined this, of course, Serekunda West Nawetan in 2018. But of course, Ebbeh have never lifted a trophy in the history of the team, to be precise. They were looking for this peace tournament to win it, at least for the first time, because Oponyomi are the champions of the President Barrow Peace Tournament. They defeated Fonyi back in Basel last year, to be precise. But back here, Honorable Sabs, talk us through the importance of this tournament, the Ramadan tournament, sponsored by the President of the Smiling Coast of West Africa, the Gambia.
Obviously, it just shows the commitment of His Excellency the President towards youth development, and more importantly towards peace, as the reigning most peaceful president in the continent. Gambian youths love sports, And President Barrow loves the Gambian youth. So whatever Gambian youths love, he would invest in. And that's why he came in, and he came in big. And just like I promised all the participating teams, they are going to see big surprises before the end of the tournament. And so far, so good. I must say I'm really impressed. And the president is happy and impressed with the conduct of the youths, the orderliness, the discipline. Everything's been so fantastic. And more importantly, the president, he watches these games and he looks at the footage and he knows the youths are happy.
The youths are happy. Don't you think this is long overdue?
Well, absolutely. As the Wolofs say, Lujot Yomba. This is the right time for it. It happened at the right time, the right moment. We are learning lessons from it, and it's going to expand across the country very soon.
I was coming to that because I've, of course, covered this, country when it comes to grassroots football, community football. Did you know that this this maiden tournament is going to grow bigger and bigger, and you'll be surprised in the coming years, because I am assured there is going to be a longevity, and the mission is alive and well.
Obviously, whatever we get involved in, we monitor situations as they progress, and the president, as I said, is closely monitoring what's going on, and definitely the size of this tournament, the turnout, the excitement, I mean, the sheer razzmatazz is mind-boggling. But from now on, nothing else will surprise me, and we are going to support the young people who are interested in this kind of tournament across the length and breadth of the country, inshallah.
Honorable Sabs, it's good to, of course, know that there is no security that is deployed here in this tournament, because yes, it is the President Barrow sponsored Ramadan tourney. It is on the other side, the peace tournament or peace side. There is no security personnel here that is deployed to control the crowd or if any violence. But there is no violence. It has been a good one. Is it that the mission is already the goal has been achieved, the peace tournament? Manam Turu in Aboram.
Absolutely, and I'm not surprised, because it was the same situation with the President Barrow's peace tournament from the beginning to the end. We never deployed any security, even though wherever young people gather, we are always concerned about security issues. But what we've seen here is quite reassuring, and we want to commend the young people, all the teams participating, both the winning teams and the losing teams. Everybody has been on their best behavior, and we just want to say bravo to the youths.
Well, my region in West Coast want to subscribe to the subscription.
Well, the West Coast is the best coast. That's where I'm from. Whatever they want, the president will make it happen, inshallah.
And what is your final message to the participants of this tourney?
Well, maintain the discipline, the order, and the spirit of camaraderie, and above all, we are asking all of them to remain happy.
What if the president is watching?
He definitely is going to watch this, and I'm sure he's happy.
Thank you.
His youths are happy, and he is happy.
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you.
That was, of course, Honorable Sabali, and of course, Special Advisor to the Office of the President. Quickly, we will have, of course, one of the organizers, ladies and gentlemen, to close this live foot coverage here at the Serakunda West Ministerial. Well, Mr. Nyaur Njai, part of the organizers, the Council of Elders of this maiden tourney. Nyaur, talk us through the idea.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Jallo, and good evening to everyone watching. As I said in my previous interviews, like this have been in my mind for the past few years, especially last year, but it came to light this year, and when I had the idea, I had to call the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport, and I take him through the proposal and the project that we want to do, and he accepted it immediately, and he spoke to the President, and the President sponsored the tournament fully.
How happy were you when you received that welcoming news made in heaven for you, that of course this tournament have shook hands with Paradise and it's going to be sponsored fully by the President?
Definitely, that is a very big win for myself and the entire team that I am working with, and I was very happy, because as young as I am, having such idea and sending the proposal to the ministry and to the President, and it has been accepted within a week. That is a very big move for myself and everyone that I am working with. I was very happy when I get the project that it was accepted by the President.
The look on your face, Mr. Njai, you're a bit shy. Is it that, yes, probably the President is watching and I just want to say thank you for promoting community football or grassroots football?
No, I'm not tired. I am just tired after having a long day, and we have two very hectic games today. But for the President, all we can say is thank you. We are proud, we are happy. We, the youths of Serakunda West, all of us here, and KM as a whole, we are all happy. If you look at the turnout today, you'll know that this is a very big success. We have over 1,000 athletes participating, more than 200 technicians and tacticians all participating, and over 100 vendors that are coming here a day. So this is a very good opportunity for...
Is it Mobe Balu?
Yeah, everyone. Mobe.
All right.
Definitely everyone.
Finally, of course, the prize money have increased to from 25 to 75. another good news is like Prince of Heaven.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone that has been coming the entire week have been crying about the prize money. And this evening, I received a call from the minister that he spoke to the president, and the prize money have increased from 25,000 to 75,000, and the run-out prize from 15 to 50,000, which is a very big boost. And not only that, we have so many other surprises as well. There is a package for the best player, the best goalkeeper, and many other people that have participated in this tournament. So I know day by day, things will increase.
Pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We now close, of course, the live streaming here live at the Serekunda West Ministerial. Full time here, Bilbao 1, Ebbeh in Neil. This is the President Barrow sponsor 20, the Ramadan 20 in Serekunda West. West Coast is calling, and we will surely be there. Thank you from us and the entire team, Ayub and the team, and of course Usman and the country director. Bye bye from us. I am Salih Chalo.